Volibear versus Master Yi. Very interesting matchup. Two decks. I know
I'm
it. Go on.
I'm excited for this one.
Excellent.
uh
Two decks that I know throughout their history have had the potential to be running Aurora, but I know both of them. It's kind of gone a little bit out of fashion. If one of these decks is running Aurora, what are you hoping to see?
what I want to see out of this match is big creatures smacking big creatures. Uh
So Aurora versus Aurora. Now that would be interesting. Probably not Master Yi Aurora, things we got a 2-drop, but the hope is still alive for Volibear.
yeah, and we are at I thought one of them was Aspirant's Climb. I currently am not able to interact with the board, but was that one Vile's Maw, one's Aspirant's Climb?
So we're seeing Varmor on the Master Yi side, making a lot of sense there, who likes to just
Yeah.
plonk a unit into a battlefield and hold it for the game while contesting the other. And then the Aspen's Climb coming in from Volibear, also missing their turn 1 play. So potentially we got an Aurora on this side, just a bit slow to start.
Yeah, it's either going to be Aurora or Dragons. I know a lot of the
Okay,
Dragons list have been cutting out Aurora in favor of just more Dragons. And tapping 5, we see the
we do see a dragon.
Dune Drake. Um,
Mm.
I thought it was going to be Blazing Scorcher for a second, accelerated, but going with a different dragon, I'm pretty sure that indicates that this is not, in fact, a Aurora list, or at
Mm.
least it would be surprising at this point.
No, I agree. Dragon Volibear, not something that I'm massively familiar with. Something I know people have been cooking up for set 3, but is it a viable option in set 2, do you feel?
Um, yes, you really Aurora, even in the Aurora list, you don't need it to be successful with Wally. It helps in the games that you have it, you feel much more comfortable in. But unlike with other lists where like if you don't have Aurora hitting, you just lose, you can still play units without it.
Mm.
And hold up interaction a lot of the time. So I don't think it's needed for the dragon list, especially with Herald of the Scales coming out, reducing everything, things going in fast. This Direwing coming in ready because you hold another one.
Wow, that's a card
Um,
I've never seen. Taking out the Aurelia, which I didn't
yeah,
even have a chance to talk about there. Very surprising thing for me to see in a Master Yi deck, but being able to get on the board quick with challenge and get that point. But now things are looking a little bit difficult for the Master Yi, as both of their battlefields are contested and control has been changed. And the
I,
sabotage coming in as well. So we're going to get perfect information for the Volibear player here. And that's
ooh.
probably not all you want to have in Massey when you're staring down two massive dragons.
Say draw ramp, save my creature, and a creature that draws you a card. Not I don't know what's in the volley's hand, but that's going to be a rough fight back. They can choose to
Mm.
play their chosen champion, get out fast, take over one of the battlefields, but then Volibear's untapping with 10 runes and 5 cards.
Yeah, it just does look like a tricky situation. I mean, he's got the option to play a bit slow here and get the ball rolling with a clockwork, but it looks like he's going straight for his champion here, turn to ready. No, a second Aurelia off the top. So, yeah, it's going to be that slightly slow play of saying, you can get ahead on points. I'm going to set up for next turn. I'm going to be taking my own time.
Yep, there's always a saying coming from Magic that you can't thought seize the top deck, and just like we see here, you can't
Mm.
sabotage the top deck.
You can't sabotage the top deck. Bringing those classic phases into the modern age, as Riftbound is the game that we're now entirely infatuated by, at least from my point of view. So, as you
I
say,
am
10
too.
runes for the Volibear player, a second sabotage. He's not going to get any new information here because he already knows what the top was. Maybe he knew exactly what he was hoping to get rid of
Mhm.
from the hand he saw previously.
Right. Do you want to take the draw and ramp or the potential draw two? Going to take out the draw and ramp spell, leaving him with a draw 1 or 2 if he wants to exhaust, and a Clockwork Keeper. Where's
Mm,
Clockwork Keeper? No. It was the one that you
yes,
pay an extra to draw a card.
it was a Clockwork Keeper. Yeah, you got it.
Clockwork Keeper, yeah.
Yeah, taking the Find You Center. Interestingly, he chooses to get rid of the ramp when his opponent's already going to be untapping for 10, but he knows that with meditation and only one unit in the backline for the Master Yi player, he's probably not going to have a unit he wants to exhaust for a few turns now, so knows that there's not too much the Master Yi has to threaten him here.
Mhm.
So untapping for a very big dragon by the seams of it. That's
Probably
9 runes.
Cadrigan. Yep, Cadrigan.
There you go. Like I said, I don't know my dragons very well. I should let you talk on the Volibear player's turn.
I like me my dragons. I like me my Volibear deck. I was playing it. I played it at the Pittsburgh 25K. I was playing it last week. Cadrigan coming in, drawing a card for each unit you control that's mighty. That includes himself, so drawing 3 cards, bringing back his dragons to safety, and next turn.
Oh, realizing that one of them was in Vilemor's lair and can't return to
Oh, he
safety.
couldn't. But having a full grip of 6 cards and 9 runes next turn on the untap. Going up against this now Aurelia, that's at 5. It defends alone. It automatically goes to 7. We know at least 2 cards in hand.
Likely one of them coming out now. The Clockwork Keeper
Mhm.
going to draw one more. Going to draw one more off of it. It's what makes Clockwork Keeper very good. We don't see it very much anymore, but especially in set 1, having that modality where it's just a 2-drop on turn 1 or on turn 5, 6. It's a draw 1 for relatively low cost.
Mhm. Chat pointing out a mistake I make quite commonly with my Volibear list is that he didn't tap Volibear to channel an extra rune, which would have had him up to 10 runes next turn, but it is a very forgettable thing. Trust me, I know.
It is how it goes. As a Fiora player, I feel your pain from the other side of the spectrum.
Yep, and Master Yi, I think just trying to cycle through his hand so that the Volibear doesn't know what's in their hand, and interestingly enough, choosing to take out the Doomdrake that only has 5 might, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, this is a strange one. If he's tempted to play that on guard anyway, you would imagine he would take out one of the bigger dragons, because that would have put Aurelia up to 8, just above, or 9 even, because they're untapped as well. So it would have been enough to take out the Dire Wing as well.
Yeah, and trade with the Cadrian. I don't imagine you want to trade right now, but
Well,
now
you've got the
you're...
Guardian Angel. There's always the option.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So now again, this Aurelia is going to defend for a base of 7. Having 1 card in hand and in Yi, you always kind of have to kind of assume that it's going to be a pump spell or play around a pump spell.
I've just realized as well, would the Aurelia not have been on 10 there, actually, because it was defending its Master Yi? So you got 4 base, 1 for the untap, and 1 for Guardian Angel. So that's 6. 2 for Master Yi and 2 for the on guard. So he could have taken out the... Is it Cadriel?
Cadrigan.
Cadrigan. He could have taken out
Yeah.
Cadrigan by the seams of it, but opted not to in the end.
Yep, and Herald of Scales coming down, reducing the cost of all dragons by 2 energy, which allowed them to play a Dire Wing as well. And now going in saying, you can have a pump spell, but can you beat 14 might?
It seems like he won't be able to. So getting rid of that Guardian Angel, some of the protection from the Master Yi's side, and also getting rid of the +2 from Master Yi now that he has to be attacking into these battlefields instead of defending. It is looking good for the Volibear with only 1 card in hand for Yi.
Yep, and now are they going to choose to go into Vilemaw's lair with the other one, or just choosing to this time reinforce? I think I said the wrong might, because that should be 16 might.
And now that the Master Yi has more units online, the meditation is being able to get him a few more cards. So digging for answers to use these 7 runes on. But is it going to be enough to get over the... how much did you say it was? 16 might?
I believe so, because that Cadrigan's
9.
9 and the other dragon is 7, so that should be 16 might.
Certainly a big hill to climb. A second Guardian Angel at the start.
Yeah, Aurelia untapped, so that's +1, chosen by the Guardian's Angel, that's +2, plus the Guardian Angel is 1, but just choosing to conquer the free battlefield instead.
It is going to be a mountainous task to go from 7 up to 17 there. So definitely going for the safer option and leaving some rooms up perhaps for that defense.
That, and if there's another charm, that could be an easy, but there's not.
Charm would have been very
Fully,
good there indeed.
fully ruined up Volibear with 6 cards in hand. You have to imagine a lot of might's going to be thrown onto the board this turn.
Absolutely. And even at this stage, not too much of a cost to recycle your runes either, especially because you need to be getting 2 back next turn, and you can, there we go, channel with the Volibear. And we've got the Fey Dragon
Fey
coming out as well, being able
Dragon.
to give 4 units, including his own buffs. I wonder if he's got a little buff synergy going on, because its second effect is really strong as well, being able to get gold tokens from spending your buffs.
Yeah, that is one I don't often come across. That is a cool piece of tech, a big unit, a big body that makes your other bodies big. I like it.
It's a very good endgame card in
Oh.
set. But here we go. Talking of endgame cards, Stormbringer trying to uh, throw the Aurelia out once and for all. Well,
So
Guardian Angel will still save it.
Guardian Angel will save it. So that's 9 damage to every unit at that battlefield. So it dodges deflect, and it moves in the creature, making this will be a conquer to 7. And actually, it'd be 10 damage because now Kadrigan is buffed. This Volibear is saying, "My things are big. What
Very
can
big
you
indeed,
do?"
holding these battlefields. Going up to 7, normally you wouldn't be too worried about going up to 7. You'd rather go for that double conquer and keep your units safe on 6. But of course, Aspirant's Climb being one of our battlefields, this is the situation he's in. He only needs a double hold or, well, a double score next turn, and he is winning. So this is a very important turn for our Master Yi player.
Yeah, I was gonna play Victor next week. I might switch into Dragon Volley and have some fun with that. This deck looks cool. I was playing the Aurora list yesterday, or last week, this week, but
Would you
we'll
would you
have to
still
see.
would you still put Auroras in? I know you mentioned that kind of midway Dragon plus Aurora that can play without the Aurora but still benefit from it, or would you go full Dragon like we're seeing today?
I'd like to try the full Dragon because I think that's coming up with set 3. I think that's how the deck is going to be played, especially because you now get that mana or energy dork, the 2-drop tap it to get 1 energy, um, which would be just an awful hit off Aurora, but it accelerates you so fast early game. I think you don't play Aurora with Dragon Volley next set.
That would make a lot of sense. As we can see here, just being able to play a dragon every turn just produces so much might that it's been really hard for the Master Yi to deal with consistently, turn after turn. Here we
And
see another point going on the board for the Master Yi, choosing to charm the opponent's unit into the other battlefield so that it is not ready for the retake.
well, also you can't move it to the base because of Vile Mausoleer. Even with Charm, that's still a
Oh,
move. It has
of
to move
course.
over to the other battlefield.
It's his only choice. I was too busy thinking how brilliant play that was that I didn't actually think of the fact it was his only play.
Hmm.
Very well spotted. Okay, he's just having a think here. 2 runes left up, trying to decide if he wants to leave them for the next round. But it looks like the players have agreed to go to game 2. So it seems that the Master Yi player does not have what they need. Use time warps as well. But in Volibear, everything's 5 energy or more. You're going to get a lot of value. Ever get excited? It makes a lot of
Hmm.
sense.
The battlefields revealed this time are Sigil of the Storm and Paper Tree. So Sigil, every time it's conquered, you have to recycle a rune, and Paper Tree, anytime that it's held, you channel a rune. And I see somebody in chat asking if the deck lists are available anywhere. Top 8 will be made available usually a few days after the tournament. Um, you can check the Discord. I know Plus will also generally post them on Twitter.
Yeah, you have to cross your fingers that the Volibear has a good run today, and we'll all get to see what he's rocking. But for the third time in our match so far, we get to see what the Master Yi player is up to. So if you've been keeping track, you might be able to have their deck list by the end of it as well.
Hmm. And while they're doing their first turns, doing a sabotage, seeing what's in hand, I would like to remind everyone that there is a Discord that you can join if you think, man, this is a really cool tournament. I want to get involved and play. Announcements go out for signups. And TCG Arena that they're playing on is a free platform. We'd love to have more players and a bigger community.
Absolutely, great plug. As well as the events, we've also got the ranked ladder as well. So something a bit more casual, you can join in there. And dare I say, it's some pretty good judges as well.
Really? Why do you say that?
No, I know a few of them. You know, they're all right. They're all right. Back
We
to the
do have a
game, though.
really great competitive scene and really great judges in the ranked ladder.
Oh, thank you for saying. I mean, I agree. So going back to the game, we've got a challenge coming out from the Master Yi, allowing him to get this double conquer by the look of it. Lonely Poe, not a unit that you mind sending out ready to get a point, because it's going to get a draw for you if it is taken over. But this is going to cost him a rune as well, because of our Sigil of the Storm battlefield.
Yep, a little bit of a slower start for Volibear, but keep in mind that Herald of the Scales, reducing the cost of dragons now, and untapping with 6, you can start getting some big units out fast now. I know Blazing Scorcher accelerated 5 might for now 4 total. But this Get Excited
Ooh,
coming out that we talked about.
I am getting excited. Our unexpected card, we'll see what he chooses to pitch.
They're going to discard and then deal damage equal to the energy of whatever is discarded. A Thermo Beam coming out, dealing 5 damage to the unit at the paper tree.
That's a very interesting one. What do you think of this discard for the Thermo Beam? Because I can only imagine that's a side deck choice coming in. Is he just disappointed to not see many gear from the Master Yi early, or might he have another one in the bank?
Oh, the other one in the bank would be my guess. It's either that or we did see an early sabotage. I don't think he saw any gear in there, so it might just be he's saying it's not worth it to keep on if I know he doesn't have any gear.
That makes a lot of sense. If nothing else, it speaks volumes for the rest of his hand. It's either all very low-costed cards, which I imagine is not the case in Volibear, especially because he only needed to kill a 3-might unit, or it is some lovely big dragons that he really doesn't want to lose. Speaking of one, we've got Mountain Drake.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything, just a very, very massive body.
Just a 10 might body that got reduced by 2 thanks to Herald of Scales. And even with pump spells, that's going to be a mountain,
Quite the task.
so to
A
speak,
mountain.
to climb.
Definitely the
A
case. If anything's
second
going to
Rune
do
Runner
it, though,
coming down.
yeah, if anything's going to do it, it might be this room run. I can't get rid of that with Get Excited. Of course, it cannot be targeted by spells or abilities belonging to the opponent. But if they wanted to run the Mountain Drake in, a punch first is the worst thing you're worrying about, and that would only make it even.
Well, it does still get +2 from Yi, so it'll
It
be a
does still get
7,
+2.
7 when defending.
So a punch first, in fact, here would be very good. Perhaps something the Volibear player is making a decision if he wants to play around. He hasn't seen his opponent's hand for a few turns now. I find in when when you got your tournament life on the line, I know it's only a casual event, but you do really have to play like your opponent has that out. You can never hope they don't. So instead we go for Bryn here. There we go.
And
So making sure that out is not going to be played this turn.
Noticeably not a dragon, but now just saying, all right, if you have it, you can't play it, and now my thing is bigger.
It is mighty though, isn't it? So it should trigger Volibear as well. Or am I getting?
Should.
I believe
yes,
our Volibear player is just a little too locked into the zone here, loving his position too much to think about silly things like triggers.
Well, and for lack of a better term, unless he's going to hide 2 things, it really doesn't matter because next turn he's going to untap and have full runes.
That's very true. That's very true indeed.
Actually, what's kind of funny is the paper tree will go off first, so he'll have 1 that is exhausted.
That's
And
very true. Yeah, won't be able to get those 4 runes next turn because of Paper Tree.
as somebody pointed out in chat, yes, the volley signature spell will also clear camels. It does not
Oh,
target the unit; it targets the battlefield.
yeah, not very good for this matchup then.
Yeah, as a volleyball player, I really don't care about the camel. It doesn't bother me.
I feel like I feel similar with Fiora, just being able to make really massive units. But playing set 3, I've found myself struggling a little bit into Ruin Runner. I've been giving Vex a try.
And show of strength, drawing one for each mighty unit. That's going to be 3, as the Herald is not mighty themselves. And noticeably, the Master Yi is putting 7 on the camel right now. It's not technically 7 until it's defending, I believe, which it currently is not.
Maybe he's using it just to remind his opponent of what it will be, because we've got the Lonely Paw in the back also with 4 written on it, and it's quite clear that that's not going to be 4 might back there. Regardless, though, it looks like Master Yi is having a slightly better game this turn, being on 6 points already, and the Volibear only being at 1. Putting up a lot of might is not doing much if they're not able to get in there and knock Master Yi out of these battlefields.
And again, noticeably, there's the Dune Drake in the back. That's 10 might. If we see another volley signature spell, that's going to be 10 damage. Yep, 10 damage going to be thrown into the Ruin Runner battlefield.
You called it.
Which, again, technically the camel is only at 5 might right now.
So it will take a lot for the Master Yi to be able to get up over the top of this, and it all, of course, needs to be reaction speed. He is thinking about it. So we'll have to see what he's got. What could he possibly have to do this? Would it be 2 on guards and a discipline, something like that?
Well, and even that, it will just trade, because then the dragon moves in. So he has to get the camel above 20 in order to keep it.
It seems like he's just going to be quite happy trading if he can get there. It's the best he can do.
Well, so currently it'd be at 7. Now it's at 9.
One more to see us
there. One more pump spell in order to live.
It is the triple discipline. Every copy that he's got coming out on this turn just to get rid of that Mountain Drake. A heavy price to pay, but perhaps enough for such a big unit. So
yeah,
we do see
that will make it 5 plus 6, 11, plus another 2 on defense once it moves in. Still not enough to get past 20, but still really strong.
Enough to keep his opponent off of 3 points for now, unless he wants to move that Mountain Drake in. But we've seen so far this game him quite happy to keep it in base where it is safe.
Well, he doesn't have a choice. At the end of the Stormbringer, he has to move it in.
Oh, the Mountain Drake. Yes, I meant the Herald of Scales. That's what I meant to say.
I think he keeps it back.
I imagine that's the case. But we are taking a little while to think this through now.
Yeah, I see they're talking about something, but I can't see what they're talking about. I think there may be a rules question.
Unfortunately, I can't see it either, but it looks like we're resolving it now. The players seem to have agreed what is going on. The Ruin Runner is going to die.
Oh, it was nothing? Okay.
And the Mountain Drake does survive this combat?
I don't see how.
It is an interesting one. I believe we're getting this question so that we know what's going on with the players. It's definitely possible that we've missed something. Chat, if you have spotted what we've missed, do let us know. But from what
it just depends if did they play 3 disciplines?
It looked like they played 3 disciplines, and they marked it on the Ruin Runner as if it was 3 as well. It went up to 11, But perhaps it was only 2 and they were still thinking they were counting Master Yi. Maybe that's what the confusion was. So it looks like the players just pausing now as we find out what happened.
So maybe...
Yeah, yes, they played 3 discipline. That puts us to 11 might. So we've got our producer kind of just checking in what's going here. The players believe that they were counting Master Yi, and that's why it was only on 11. But they're thinking it back and realizing that yes, if it was triple discipline, we should be seeing the Mountain Drake dying as well.
Yeah, because the triple discipline will take it up to 11 might. It'll still have 10 damage on it. So when the Drake moves in, they will still trade, but...
It seems like the players may have missed that it was 3 discipline, but checking now, yeah, definitely 3 disciplines that were played. So to correct this situation as well, the player will also have to get his rune back from Conquering Sigil of the Storm, which he can do on TCG Arena side by holding shift before he clicks the rune deck. Something that actually wasn't possible until a judge in Runes and Rift, not me, another one pointed it out to one of the creators of the software, and they fixed it very quickly indeed.
Oh, that's
So
good.
I think we're just gonna try and get that fixed from this player.
Yeah, because I have to imagine if that was the case, I believe the... Oh, a punch first.
Oh. So it looks like we're getting a little rewind here, going back to that same showdown and seeing if we can work it out. Is it okay to tell the players that if they're rewinding, they should get the rune back from Conquering Sigil of the Storm as well, just so that we've got that correct game state?
The
So it seems
producer
that,
is
yeah,
letting them know. What are they defying?
Oh, I've completely...
Okay. Give us just a second, chat. The players are rewinding, and we'll go from there.
working it out live. Sometimes the case. While we wait, I suppose we can talk ahead as well. I think this matchup, it does seem like it's going fairly even in this second game. We've seen one potential side deck card in the Thermo Beam. What do you reckon are we going to see on the other side? Is there anything that Master Yi might be putting in to try and overcome these dragons?
That is a good question. Sabotage really won't do much because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna have a handful of creatures. Probably just more buff spells. I have to imagine Punch First will come in to push them over the Strength of Dragons.
Very commonly a card that you see a couple copies of in the main deck, and then whatever is remaining in the side, because it can be a very expensive card to play. Though in this matchup, we can see it is very necessary to get these massive mites. Perhaps more copies of things like Guardian Angel as well. I can't imagine there'd be anything specifically in the side deck for facing big creatures, except for just more of good copies of what you need.
I think Master Yi's trying to now save. No.
Yes, it seems that we have the Master Yi player playing a punch first as well to make it a trade with the dragon, which I don't think was very necessary because it was 11 might we decided, wasn't it? But perhaps just a little bit of confusion from the players.
Yeah, probably.
We do have a corrected game state now though, so we can proceed with the Master Yi player's turn.
Yep, okay. We're back on track, chat. The Volibear has the 8 runes, the battlefield is clear, and there's still a lonely Poro by himself in the base. Poor guy. But not going to exhaust the Poro, so that to me means they're going to try and send the Poro in to the free base. Again, just cycling through their hand, trying to find some some goodies to get back in this game. Well,
Mm.
not even really back in. It's still 6-2, and they've got a full grip of hands. They do have a battlefield they have to crack through, which might be a difficult situation. But at the same time, there's not, honestly, a terrible lot that comes in accelerated. And now you're going to have a Lonely Poro that's a 5 might on defense, at least.
It is looking good for the Master Yi player here on 7 points, just needing to hold. I could definitely imagine what they might have been digging for, perhaps some kind of counter spell for something like challenge to create ready units. Perhaps Windwall was a side card we saw as a way to stop Stormbringer. Or even just like you say, looking for more buff spells, spending all 3 disciplines and a punch first last turn. There's probably not too many left in hand after that. Fully tapping out here for the
2 dragons and
Volibear,
saying,
2 dragons.
can your Lowly Poro beat 14?
So starting on 5, not where you want to be, but perhaps one buff takes it up over 7 to trade 1 dragon, goes back to base with the Guardian Angel, and then only 1 dragon they'd have to then get over for the next turn. Not the best of situations, but maybe salvageable for the Master Yi player.
Maybe, and I think you do have to play to your outs here with that.
Definitely, this being game 2 with game 1 going Volibear's way. There won't be a game 3 for the Master Yi player if Volibear wins this one. He's got to throw everything he's got at it. So no pump spell to survive the onslaught just yet. Perhaps saving them for the retake. Who knows?
And no card draw because Poro didn't. Does he
die? No, he doesn't die. The death is replaced by the Guardian Angel. Instead returning exhausted and healed to base. So
he did draw 1 off of it, but
did he draw
rules.
1, did he?
Yeah. But that's because the Volibear told him to. So
the Volibear told him
happens.
Just being nice. Yeah, perhaps. Saying I don't think your hand's good enough for this. Have another one, have 2. We'll see how it goes.
And even though, I mean, this Master Yi has drawn through 5 more cards of their deck than this Volibear has. And I mentioned this last match. Seeing more of your deck means you see more of the options that you need to see, and those sideboard cards potentially. They've gone through half their deck at this point, so. Yeah, and they have 6 cards in hand to 1.
If they can answer this board, it would be very good. We are experiencing just a little pause here as the players realize that they don't draw from the Poro. They've agreed that we're just going to ride it as it is. As it was, something that happened last turn. Both players have agreed. Happy to move on. It is just a low OPL event. So 1 extra tool to work with, perhaps. We're going to start by tapping 4, 5. Any more? No, just a relic coming out.
Which is a pretty strong unit, and especially if you only need 1 more point to win. This punch first?
Yeah, punch first coming out onto the Poro. I was thinking with the Aurelia coming out that perhaps we were going to see a bit of a slower turn, saying, okay, you're only on 4. I don't mind you going to 6, because if I can conquer 1 battlefield, I'm in a good position. But it seems instead we're going to get the double punch first.
This Poro has got hands now. A mech hand on each side, saying he's tired of being lonely.
Wow, so starting out with 12 might. Still not enough to get over either battlefield, but we are going to get a Guardian Angel come out as well, perhaps looking just to move a little bit of the needle in his direction.
Well, that puts the Poro to 13. If he can get 1 more might on it, he can completely clear the Sigil of the Storm battlefield.
And he wouldn't even need to recycle if they trade, because he will not conquer. We'll have to see with 1 rune left. Can he get 1 or even 2 more might on this Poro? He's thinking it through. And the players have pointed out as well that it's probably one of the biggest Poros I've ever seen. I don't know if it is the case for them. Have you ever seen a bigger Poro?
No, not really.
I did see the new Scuttle Crab from set 3. If those of you at home aren't aware, our first 0 might unit. I did see one get up to 7 might already in the game.
Ah,
The card's not even out yet, so I'd love to see if that record can be beaten. If anyone wants to make a meme deck just to make me laugh, get that Scuttle huge.
oh, it's ridiculous. And it won't even kill the Poro because it's got a GA.
Yeah, so the players are just working out at the moment. We're going to take a find your center, so we're not going to get the Poro any bigger, but it does cost... Oh, he's realized that his opponent is not within 3 of the victory score, so he does not get a reduced cost for find your center. Anyone unaware, it costs 3. If your opponent is within 3 victory score from winning, it will only cost 1. So not the out he's looking for now.
And so noticeably does nothing. Thought he was at least going to try and go in and clear some units. He could at least clear 2 dragons off the paper tree.
If he's going out, he might as well give us a show. Mighty Poro coming in. That's what we wanted to see.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted to get it there on the main stage. No one else can go home to their wife
Aurelia
and tell them
came
they made
in.
a 13 might unit on a Poro.
You know, Aurelia got played. The Poro wanted to show off a bit. I think that's all that really was happening.
I like that. We're just creating a little story. A little story for you guys at home. Speaking of a story, we've got a show on the other side as well of Strength drawing a massive amount of cards to refill that Volibear's hand. Not sure if he needs it, but you know, with 10 runes, you like options. Perhaps searching for another copy of Get Excited. That would be cool to see. A sabotage instead.
Yeah. I mean, drawing, what was that, 4, 5 cards off of that? Not a bad draw.
No, very impressive indeed. Maybe he just he felt bad because he knew his opponent had the find your center and he wanted to see it legally. He was like, well, I've got to play this now, just so I know what is your hand. And find your center going to the graveyard, no, the trash rather than where it should go on the bottom of the library. But I think the players know that you know, they're not going to cycle through 20 cards in the deck, and they're happy just doing something that takes a little bit less muscle memory.
Yeah, I was a little surprised we didn't see the Defy played, but maybe holding it just in case they have something that targets a unit. But now we're just going to reinforce with buffs. We said they get 4.
Buffs galore, yeah, 4 buffs.
What's that? Now 8, 16, 24 on one side, and 10, 16 on the other.
Very huge indeed. I'm starting to like this Fade Dragon even without a buff synergy to create the gold. Perhaps he's feeling with all these runes, I don't need gold. I'm ramping with my legend. I just want huge creatures, and that's what we're getting.
Yeah, and now we know that all they could have is potentially 1 buff spell because we know there's a Defy in hand and 1 other card we don't know.
Is the new card enough to get over it? I'm not seeing it happening. Maybe I don't think that we've seen 3 Punch Fist, so we couldn't have a 4th one for the Poro to show off anymore. I think he's flexed his muscles too hard, and it might be time to go home.
But Clockwork to draw another one.
Seems to be going through. Really digging Francis. Doesn't want his time in the spotlight to end just yet. The Master Yi player. Is the next card going to be the answer he needs? I couldn't imagine what he'd be looking for. Is there anything in particular in Master Yi's colors you think might start getting us through these dragons? We're not going to see an unchecked power today.
You could charm the 6-drop dragon on one side, but you still can't clear it out because then you only have 8 might in the back. I mean, we already played the Discipline.
And there we have it. We have the confirmation from the players that the Master Yi player, he can't quite get over this huge onslaught. We're getting to see the hands there instead. He drew an on card. He was doing
the volley had a punch first ready to go.
that would have spelt the absolute end of it if what we had on the board wasn't already doing so.